On this week's Nonsensible podcast.
Why? There's so many other like Korean models there. Like, why would they use you? So I was like,
yikes.
A bunch of people. You just learn how to sing like fucking Santoki.
And then you're like more worried about what the menu is. Like, is it tteokguk? Is it bibimbap?
World of Dave catnip, and the cats eat your catnip and they start tripping out and they're in the world of Dave.
You know,
Or steal from God.
There's no thievery.
Or steal from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
This is Nonsensible.
It's Nonsensible
Yes.
with Dave
Sam.
Saul.
and
Irene.
welcome
good.
Irene. There we go.
Good.
It is always good.
All right,
this
welcome,
is
Irene.
actually, thank you. Thanks for having me.
This is actually what? Were you going to
This
say
is
something?
my first podcast.
Oh,
Oh, it's
really?
really?
Yeah.
It's your first...
First ever.
I've never done a podcast before.
Really?
Are you nervous?
I'm a little bit nervous,
Right.
but
I think they were made for you.
I'm very excited.
What
So-
does that mean?
She's going to be great at it, I can tell. I watched the thing you did on your Instagram about like, people ask you, how are you? And you always say, I'm good.
Oh,
Right?
that was like a campaign for mental health.
Yeah. And just the way that
supporting.
you talked on that was
Really?
so cool. That's the kind of stuff that we talk about.
That's cool.
We do talk about a lot of things here. And
Yeah.
the thing about a podcast is we have no limitations, but at the same time, we respect each other and you can pretty much talk about anything.
Okay,
Everything
let's
from
do it.
mental health to
I'll
happy
just lay it
things,
all out
everything.
here
yeah,
today.
Lay it all out.
Yeah. Miley Cyrus was on Joe Rogan the other day and she talked about like the wildest shit,
That's
and she
Miley
said-
Cyrus, though.
I know. And she said that she was bummed that she had missed therapy that week, but she could use Joe Rogan as her therapist.
I saw
So-
clips of that.
Yeah.
That was like
It was
really
so good. And she
Yeah, it was
sounds like
good.
a 70-year-old smoker. No, it's so sick.
Her voice gets like lower and
Yeah.
lower
Yeah.
every time she like comes out with a song or something. I feel
Yeah.
like.
It sounds badass.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
I
me
like
too.
the
I think
husky
it's cool.
voice.
Yeah.
I like husky voices.
It's sexy.
It is sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, I
Now
mean,
everyone,
you got
you
a
guys are
Steve-O
now like
voice.
all lowering your tones.
No, the reason I was doing that is because my voice is pretty husky. Right?
so what?
I'm the
You
resident
sound like you've
I'm the
been sucking
resident-
helium
Doesn't he
all
sound
day.
like Steve-O from
Yeah, I sound like
Jackass?
Steve.
he
right?
does.
Yeah. You should hear me when I get drunk.
You
I
do
really
sound like
Steve-O.
Steve-O. You
Yeah.
You kind of look like Steve-O's little. Could be Steve-O's.
Steve-O's a
little
good-looking
brother.
guy.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, Steve-O's a pretty good-looking guy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're doing some cool stuff, right? I want to know
Well,
about the
yeah.
TikTok stuff.
Yeah. Tell us about Irene. Who is Irene? Because we know who you are, but there are listeners and viewers out there who may not know who Irene is.
Well, I do a lot of things. I think so I started out as a model. I went to fashion school. So I went to FIT in New York because I was really into fashion. And then I moved to Korea about 8 years, maybe 9 years ago
Mhm.
because I wanted to start modeling. And then it just kind of like snowballed into modeling. And then I got to do TV, and then I was doing social media and creating my own content because I was just finding different outlets to express my creativity, and now I'm here, kind of doing my brand now, and then still creating content and all that stuff.
Speaking on that, the brand, like I've seen a lot of your content online, but it's like you've created your own clothing line.
Yeah,
Or
so
is it just like a multimedia company? I'm not sure.
I don't want to specify it because I feel like everything is like anything creative. I feel like is connected in some way.
Mhm.
So if it's fashion related or modeling or music or art, so it is clothing, but it's beyond that because like the message that I try to convey with the clothes, it's like very colorful and it's supposed to make you feel good. And it's, we have the unicorn as our like icon, which is like being, yourself and individuality.
So you don't want to put a label on it. You want
A
it
label?
You don't want to put a label on what it is. You want it
Yeah.
to tell its own story.
Yeah, or
Really?
whoever wears it, because I feel like there's so much clothes and
Mhm.
so many brands, and I don't want to like specifically label like this is Irene's line,
Mhm.
and even though it is called Irene is Good, but like the Irene is Good is also like you guys can also be good. So it's kind of like the good vibe thing going on.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've seen what you've been doing, and it's kind of like, I think from an entrepreneurial standpoint, it's what a lot of people want to get to.
Thank you.
Like to be able to start something like that.
Why did you want to come to Korea to begin modeling?
I was a little bit uninspired in New York, and I've always wanted to model, and I've gotten offers when I was young, but you know, I've had very strict Asian parents, and they're like, you have to finish school, like modeling is not a real job. They didn't even think fashion school was a real thing back then.
Wow.
If I say back then, I sound like really old, but you know, like the stereotype is like, you have to be a doctor or a lawyer.
Yep.
And that's what they wanted?
Yeah, they wanted me to be a doctor. I think up until middle school, my dream was to become like a pediatrician, and I didn't even know like
what that means.
entails.
I still don't know what the fuck a pediatrician is.
So they were like, you need to become a pediatrician. And I was like, okay. Because like, you know, I have doctors in my family, and I do have lawyers in my family, but like that's all I kind of knew. But then I was like, but I like clothes and I like dressing up. Like, why can't this be my job or something that I do?
So you said you weren't motivated in New York and you came to Korea. What about it in the States was it that didn't really motivate you? Because I came to Korea and I got a lot more diligent and I got a lot more passion, and I actually try to pursue things when I got to Korea. What is it about Korea that made you a little bit more passionate about pursuing what you wanted to do? I'm curious about that as well.
I think it was a little different for me because everyone kept saying no. So I kind of had this thing inside me where I wanted to like prove people wrong. So I actually started modeling at a really late age. So I debuted as a model when I was 26, and in model years, that's like you're already retired.
Absolutely.
Whoa, really?
So I think in New York, I was signed with a pretty good modeling agency, and I said that I wanted to go to Korea, and they were like, "Why? There's so many other like Korean models there. Like, why would they use you?" So I was like,
Yikes. They actually said that?
"Yeah, they did."
Did
pretty
you
harsh.
maintain that contract with that company, or?
I finished the contract with them, and then so I was like, "Well, why? Why can't I model?" You know.
Well, that's
So.
Did that piss you off when they told you that?
I think I was too young. So I think just in the back of my head, I was just like, why not? There are so many other models, but I mean, I feel like I have the experience in like fashion and stuff, and I wanted to learn. It wasn't more of like, I want to be a famous model. It was, I really enjoy fashion, and I was studying it at the time.
You just want to be in the industry.
So I wanted to put my foot in the industry, like somehow step into it in some way.
And were you born in Korea? Or?
I was born in the States. I was born in Iowa.
Iowa.
So did you learn how to speak Korean when you came here to model?
I grew up with Korean around me, but I never really spoke it fluently. I did go to like a Korean school at church, but I was with like fourth.
A bunch of people. You just learned how to sing like fucking Santoki and shit, right?
That's what I was doing though. I was
Right?
so because my Korean was so bad in Seattle, like I was put with like fourth graders, and I was in middle school.
And you're just singing like Santoki.
And I was like ta na ta, like writing the letters.
Did you go to a Korean mega church in Seattle?
I did go to a mega
Yes,
church.
because I'm from Koreatown in Atlanta, and there was like 3 different like Korean mega churches. That's a big thing for a lot of Kyopos, like Korean Americans.
Yeah.
They all go to this like these mega churches. Like there was like KCPC, KFPC. All they had
I
these
don't even
4-letter names or
remember.
whatever, 4-letter like names. And,
Korean something.
yeah,
church.
Korean something church. You know, and
Yes.
that's a big thing for Korean Americans. Like you
It
know
was
what
like
I'm talking
Korean
about.
something Baptist
Yeah,
church
Baptist
or
church.
something like that.
Yeah, so
I wish I had got to learn Korean in
But the
4th
other-
grade.
the
I
other
would be
thing-
fired by now.
Like even in Australia, when I went to Korean churches with my Korean friends, it seemed like more often than not they were going there to eat like bibimbap. It was the food at the end of it.
It's a
like
social
we get a
thing.
meal at the end of
Actually,
it. Korean
you-
food.
Oh, you're so right, because the
social
food
thing.
is always so good.
It was
And then
good.
you're like more worried about what the menu is. Like, is it tteokguk? Is it bibimbap? is it, yeah.
The food's bomb.
Yeah.
Like,
The food's really good.
especially for student. Like a lot of my friends were international students, and it's like, well, we could go to a Korean restaurant and spend like $30 on a bowl.
Or steal from God.
There's no thievery.
Or steal from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
There's we'll go there and we'll listen to the sermon, but then we'll have a free
Make
meal.
some fire bibimbap, JC. Let's go.
You're out
Yeah,
of control.
That's right.
You're out of control.
So funny.
that's funny.
Oh my gosh.
So what? Sorry, I want to go back to Iowa. I don't think I've ever met a Korean.
You've
You
never
probably
been to
will
Iowa.
Except from Iowa.
You'll probably never meet another person from Iowa that's Korean. I think my dad was studying there at the time, and my parents were young, and yeah, I was just born there. I have no memory of Iowa.
okay.
And,
at
and then
all.
from
probably
Iowa
for
to
the best.
Seattle.
And then I moved straight to Seattle when I was like 3 months old.
How's Seattle? Seattle cool?
Seattle's really cool. I grew up in a very small neighborhood around Seattle called Des Moines. I know there's a Des Moines in Iowa, but there's also a Des Moines in Washington.
Whoa.
The irony.
Did you,
Right?
Did you move from one Des Moines to another Des Moines?
I did.
Well, that's
I
crazy.
think so. I did. It's so weird.
What?
Now that I think about it,
What?
That's a glitch in the simulation.
There's something there.
some
That's
sort
yeah.
of glitch, right?
Yeah.
The fact that I was born in Iowa is kind of weird too, but
crazy.
so I grew up in Des Moines, in this very suburbs. There, I think I was like the only Korean girl at school.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with all non-Asian friends. Yeah, just very normal life. Very normal.
Was that tough growing up as the only Asian kid?
Actually, no, because we didn't have those kind of how do you say, like
Clicks or just
Well, like,
prejudice?
kind of-
or-
yeah, we didn't have those kind of prejudices.
Everyone was just cool?
Yeah.
Is it tough for you to be the only Cuban person in the room right now?
Shut the fuck up, dude. Kids used to make fun of me for being Cuban.
Did they really?
Yeah, in Atlanta. Yeah, they used to call me like Mexican and shit.
I thought you said that no one believed you that you were Cuban, so you got in trouble for saying Spanish
No,
curse
but
words.
that's later when I was in high school. But when I was a
Oh.
kid, people used to get shit for that.
Really?
Interesting enough.
That's good.
The only thing I really know about Seattle, to be honest, is
Starbucks.
well, yeah, that's the third one. Seattle Seahawks and awesome music in the '90s.
And they're supposed to have
Seattle
great
music from
food
the
too.
90s.
Yeah,
used to
the
be
food's
awesome.
good. The Seahawks. I mean, there was like
Nirvana.
the Mariners.
Yeah. Ken Griffey Jr., baby.
Yeah, Kenny G.
Sleepless
Kenny
in
G.
Seattle. Sleepless in Seattle. That
The
film with Tom
movie.
Hanks.
Good coffee.
Rains a lot,
Good
but
coffee.
amazing. Like you said, the grunge scene
Yeah,
out of the 90s.
Alice in Chains,
Pearl
Soundgarden.
Jam.
My
Pearl
friend
Jam- Pearl
Alexander
Jam, oh.
Nisbet lives there now.
Oh.
Sorry,
Really?
excuse me.
Alexander Biscuit?
My friend Alexander Nisbet
I thought you said
lives in
Biscuit. Nisbet.
Seattle now.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alexander Nisbet.
Yep. Shout out Nebo.
Very random. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Very
That's all I have to
cool.
offer to the whole Seattle
Very good
conversation.
song. I have a question. So you launched
Yeah.
this brand and this kind of brand, your own not personal, but your own brand. And, a lot of people, so I've been doing YouTube for 7 years now, and I have an entire brand, like the World of Dave,
Yeah.
2 million subscribers.
Whoa.
Wow.
Like I've done this, I created this whole thing. And for the last 7 years, I've been having people saying like, you're an idiot. Why did you never, make a brand out of it? Why didn't you ever monetize it? Why didn't you, I could have, made the world of blah, blah, blah. I have all these people in my crew. What's the process into kind of creating your own, I guess, brand? Because I've always thought about doing maybe like merchandise or something, Is there
You
any
should.
advice that you
You
could give?
absolutely should, first of all.
Yeah.
But I will say it's not a side thing.
It's not a side thing,
It's
yeah.
definitely like a full-time
Mhm.
job on top of everything that
Mhm.
you're doing.
Mhm.
Because when I first launched, yes, you can get an investor and have everyone pick everything for you. But I feel like at the end of the day, like things like that don't last. So,
Mhm.
I guess it depends on like what kind of items that you're also gonna
Okay.
create with, like what you like personally. Because in the beginning, it was not a full blown clothing line. Like I started with these like little So I really like makeup, and my
Okay.
followers really like, seeing the content that I made with like beauty and things. So I launched these little PVC like beauty pouches.
Okay.
So it kind of organically went into
And
my
transitioned.
lifestyle and
Oh,
kind of
cool.
transitioned to what I was doing, because I was like carrying it to the beach. I was carrying it to the airport.
Mhm.
I was, traveling during Fashion Week, and I would have my pouch out with like my beauty products. So I think whatever products that you're releasing, like it needs to be authentically Dave
Okay.
and something that you would actually use than just like merch with your name on it.
Yeah.
This is going to sound like I'm fucking with you, but you
You
should do
probably are.
catnip.
Catnip.
Shut the fuck.
World of Dave catnip, and the cats eat your catnip and they start tripping out and they're in the world of Dave.
I can actually, he has linked
That's
it quite
tight.
well. He's linked it very well because
It's
they're in the
cool.
world of
You-
Dave.
you're
And
an-
like you see them get dizzy and it gets blurry, and then it's your cats.
See, this is these are business ventures that fail and business ventures that do well.
You can do like
This is-
well, if you're really
I have a lot of
into
cats.
you can do something
saying.
that's cat related.
And all of his fans know about his
Look.
cats.
T-shirts with
Cat
cats
hair.
on them.
Yeah.
Eating
Could
catnip.
or like cat cushions.
Dude, I wasn't kidding. Seriously.
Definitely you should do something that you're really into too. So that
Yeah,
you're
that's true.
because your followers are into you and they listen to what you're doing. So like even with the unicorn, like the unicorn
Mhm.
for me, like I'm known as like Unicorn Irene among my fans because I used to I was changing my hair color all the time.
okay.
I thought you so you used to have a horn.
He's that horn on my head.
Yes, I got
I
that
used to be a mythical
removed.
creature.
So I was known as Unicorn Irene. So it was easy for me to make the symbol for my brand as a unicorn.
Okay.
So those kind of things like branding and kind of like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
If you
It's a
had to-
full-time job.
If you had to start over again, the brand, would you do anything differently?
a lot of things.
That's a good question.
A lot of things because I think when you get too caught up in one thing, you can't focus on the big picture. So I guess like the whole process of creating a brand, because nobody told me how to do it.
Mm.
I was kind of like learning on the go as I did it, and I wasted a lot of money making samples that were never produced or certain things. So definitely like you have to be business smart and find ways to, save budget as much as possible.
Mhm.
Just because you got an investment, you don't like blow it all,
Mhm.
Yeah.
on one big event because like
Yeah.
you want to show everyone. Like I think it's easy. It's really important to go like step by step and
Okay.
grow organically
Okay.
and not try to like make it
Yeah.
too big in the beginning.
Okay. Interesting.
If you were going
I-
to grow a brand organically, what would you make?
I was wondering that. Maybe something that could shave my body hair. Like
There's a
razors.
lot
razor
of-
blade?
But I want an electric razor that I can reach, kind of like a back scratcher, that I could shave my back by myself.
That's
With-
actually like a really clever.
Yeah, because I tried to shave my back. I tried to shave my back by myself the other day. Halfway through, I had to ask my young Italian Dong-sang to help me finish.
To shave your back?
Yeah.
He does.
He asks
He
his
gets his
friends
friends
to do
to
it
shave
for
his
him.
back. He's like,
Why don't you go get it lasered
I
off?
could. My friend told me that she would do it for me, but I don't know. I don't want to get laser surgery like all the time. You have to go like 4 or 5 times, right?
And then it's like.
But I like it during the winter because it keeps me
Keeps you
warm like a
warm.
bear.
It's an extra coat.
Yeah. So
True.
just like during the summer when I'm trying to tan.
oh.
Is that gross?
Why
Just
don't you just tape your razor to like a back scratcher and test it out?
That's what I was
That
thinking.
could be like a prototype.
Yeah.
It's also
So I,
could
actually
be
last week
self-mutilation.
before I went to Kapyong was the first time I've ever tried to shave my back by myself. So I still don't have any hair on my back like regrown yet. But next time I'll try that.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Dave?
I don't have hair on my back.
No.
No, we're talking about what would you.
Or your
Oh,
eyebrows.
What
no,
product
I'm
would
already
you
working on
launch?
it. It's already.
Oh, you
It's already
are?
moving. It's
Oh,
already
okay.
Oh,
So we
guys
how
wanna see it?
far along are you?
kind of far.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you guys want to see
Wow.
it?
So is this like an exclusive? Like you haven't
Do we
told
have a
anyone else
DJ
about
who
this?
can play one of those?
So, my big thing is, well, first of all, you guys have seen the way I edit my videos. There's a lot of like pixel art. There's a lot of
Yep.
old school retro stuff, as well as people. A lot of the reason people come to my channel is to learn language, and they're impressed by how well I've learned Korean, how well I speak Korean. So me and my staff were making like Korean level books and stuff, and this
Well,
is stuff
cool.
that I know
And it's all pixelated.
it's a lot of it's pixelated, and I already have
Wow.
like here's
That's cool.
here's
Oh, man.
page 1 and like.
Oh, looks cool.
Is that like, my name is John, my name is,
Well, no, you can
with like a pixelated person next to it?
Let me
I
see.
can't see because it's so far away.
Is it going to teach bad words too?
I'm making
Comes out. Oh, cool.
That's sick.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
That
Is-
education
and is it
isn't,
like-
whoa, education's like the place to be.
That's so cute.
Is it like a basic education? Is it going to be like fun and kind of
I
fun
have
too?
beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and under each category, there's going to be like beginner 1, beginner 2, beginner 3, 4. But I'm going to get the first book out, see the response, and I already have a Discord made for it. And I already have like people know I'm making it, so
Wow.
I already have people who are willing to even do a GoFundMe for me. I told them hold out on that, like wait till I
Wow.
finish it first. But yeah, I'm working on it.
That's really cool.
That's
So
awesome.
so that's why I wanted to ask,
Yeah,
like
no, I
the
mean-
process that goes into it.
I feel like people are really into learning
Yeah.
new things and kind of looking for new content. So I
Mhm.
think
Right
it's
now,
really
definitely,
cool.
right?
Right
Especially,
now.
Yeah.
Like I mean I did like a random TikTok video of how I pronounced designer brands in Korean and English, and like people were asking me to teach them more like English pronunciation or how I would say it in Korean.
Copy my
So
content.
That's what I was about to say. We got to go on his show. He does stuff like that
Copy
all the
my
time.
Oh,
content.
really?
Yeah, that's like I have had a video on that.
oh
Comparing brand like clothing brand and pronunciation in English, Chinese, Korean, and
wow.
Japanese.
See, I can't. Yeah, I mean, I just did because I was finding different ways to
Thief.
show like.
Because you wanted smoke, Irene.
No, because I was finding different ways to show like fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like Balenciaga and then like Balenciaga. So
Yeah.
people really like that stuff. It's like short.
I was
and
really
fun.
interested in that when I first came to Korea. Like
Yeah.
people in China call McDonald's this or
Yeah.
McDonald's.
yeah, so
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
What is it in Japan? McDonald's
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
and
Something like that. I don't speak
KFC in
Japanese.
Chinese is the kondoji or something.
Kondoji. Yeah, Kondoji.
That's the
And,
wildest.
Yeah, KFC. KFC.
I want to hit on something about, I think it was Paris Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm.
I actually follow you on Instagram, so I was,
Thank you.
yeah. I'm not a stalker. I'm just like,
No, I'm
the
just thought it was
content.
funny. How she was
Like you kind of, yeah.
she's got like almost 2 million followers. Like, acting like she's surprised about it.
No.
No, but it's like the
I'm very
content
happy
is-
when people. No, I'm always very happy when people say that they're my fan or they're follow. Like it's
Yeah, it's still nice.
yeah,
That's good that it's still nice.
It's
Yeah.
such positive content, and it's also like visually, like the colors are always so like it's just uplifting. But one thing that really stood out to me, and I think it was Paris Fashion Week, you'd broken your arm,
Yes.
and like for me, that was just kind of a lot of people would be like, maybe I won't go to Paris Fashion Week, or maybe I'll take a photo with my arm behind my back.
Nope.
But you were just out there, like
I was
it
just
was like
I broke my arm.
How did you break your arm?
Deal with it. I fell down the stairs.
Was it a drinking
I wasn't
thing?
even drunk.
No.
See, if I was drunk, I would just be like, okay, it's my
Yeah.
fault. But it was just like one of those, like I'm very tall and like lanky. And sometimes I don't walk properly. And I just like fell down the stairs and landed on my wrist the wrong way.
Oh no.
Like 3 days before.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And I was just like,
yeah.
literally.
it's like
But
Paris
he
Fashion Week.
said-
How do I coordinate a car?
Sam said you had like a dope like Yeezy
yeah.
cap.
So I was like, what do I do? I was so just like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Because for me, it's like I have these brands inviting me to shows and sponsoring me. Like, what are they gonna think?
Mm.
Like, what if they drop me? And like, what if they don't want me there? So I didn't even cry. I was just like, what do I do? So I went to the the emergency room as soon as possible. And then he was like, well, you're going to have to wear a cast. I was like, okay. And then he like brings out, he's like, well, there's this like new type of technology that we're testing. And like, this is washable. So it'll be okay when you're traveling. And then everyone thought, so I packed and whatever, and I let everyone know what the situation was. And they're like, it's okay, we're fine. And the brands were actually like very positive. They're like, it's fine. Like we can find an outfit for you that like doesn't have a sleeve. Because the problem also was like I couldn't
of course.
get my sleeve into
yeah.
like these dresses or blazers. So it's like, we'll just give her something sleeveless. So they were actually really sweet about that. And then
Casts kind of look cool. I think we have it back in the back of our minds that casts are cool because when we were little kids, people would sign them and
sign
stuff.
it. I've broken my leg before too. Like, and I
So
had
you know
like
how
a
fashionable casts can
I had
be.
like a hot pink cast up to
Yeah.
my thigh. So
But this one was like something out of Blade Runner. It was like, I'd never seen anything like it
yeah,
before.
so it's like only I'm like the what is
Guinea
it?
pig?
Huh?
You were like the guinea pig for it?
Yeah, I was kind of like the guinea pig. And actually, the cast company was so thankful that they got so many like
Oh, dope.
photos.
So now you've got casts for life. If you break any other limbs, they're like,
Yes.
you're set. With
So
us.
they actually, so the cast company actually called to thank me. Like the CEO, like his employees came to my office to thank me, and they were like, "Thank you so much for promoting." I was like, "Well, I had to wear it." So a lot of people thought it was fake. Like some
yeah.
fans, they
Like a
were like,
fashion statement.
"Why are you wearing like a pear sleeve on your?"
yeah,
on your
yeah,
arm, because people thought it was like a pear sleeve.
Oh,
and
like
so,
like what they wrap around the actual
so
fruit?
some of my fans were doing like who wore it better.
Wow.
So they would put me in like pairs.
That's cool.
So it was cute. But some people didn't even notice it. They thought it was like a Margiela cuff
Yeah.
or something, like a designer
interesting.
brand made it.
It looked super space age and something
It
that
did.
like at the moment Yeezy's got those, what are they, slippers?
Yeah, those
Yeah,
like
the-
slide
Yeah, the slides that are
things.
kind of look
It's
like
very
that. and it's like-
futuristic. It's
yeah.
just plastic, and I think, or like rubber, and they heat it up, and then it molds to your body part.
How did it affect your jump shot?
I couldn't do my jump shots. So, and I had to, thankfully, like my mom went with me because I couldn't like dress myself, and it was like my right arm.
And did it smell bad when you took it off?
No, because it's washable. You can shower with it.
Oh,
you
that's
can bathe with it.
That's
So
the biggest part I've heard.
that
about
was
it
like
so
the
far.
best part.
Because cats get
interesting.
stinky. Right?
I know, and itchy,
You're
and
sticking
like
things down there and trying to like
with
getting
the
a chopstick down there.
chopstick.
Yeah,
When I
trying to
broke
scratch
my
it.
leg, I would like, oh,
How does that feel? Is it really annoying?
Yeah, they
it's
suck.
really
I
annoying.
Never
haven't
worn a
broken something
cast.
since.
Especially, it's
5.
like it's 4 to 6 weeks is generally how long you'll have a cast
Yeah.
on for. It's not like a 2-week thing.
I had my leg cast on for like for 6 weeks.
Were there any like perverts who wanted to smell?
What the?
I don't think so.
Well, for some reason, that's one of the things I remember about having a cast when I was
People
like
came up
5.
and asked to
They would
smell.
come
Little
to
kid, I was
smell
only
your
5 too,
cast?
but I kind of remember like some people just wanted to decorate it, but some of the freaks wanted to sniff.
Are these like the adults at the swimming pool, or
That's one adult.
they see,
Yikes.
like no? I could if that happened to me, I could imagine my boys coming up and wanting like to
A
look
sniff?
at it and smell it. But
Yeah.
that's just young children. Like that's kind
Yeah.
of normal behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it other 5-year-olds that wanted?
Yeah,
to
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
you're
Just
like
little
friends.
kids. And they wanted to decorate it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
usually more dangerous because people write silly things that you can't remove it.
All right, Irene, recommend us some stuff. What have you been watching on Netflix? What
What's
have you been
good?
playing? What's good in the world right now?
I've watched
No
like
pressure.
everything on Netflix.
Everything.
Yeah.
Recommend us one show that's a
One
must watch.
show. What if I just finished? I watched that Cubics
Oh, I almost watched that the other
documentary.
day.
Cube.
The Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
is
was
that
so
good?
good.
It's
Oh,
good?
really?
Yeah. There's this whole world of Rubik's Cube like geniuses. And I just
Mhm.
thought that was so fascinating.
There's a
And-
rapper who can do, Logic can do a Rubik's Cube while he's like freestyling and finish it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sounds like a one-trick pony.
No, he's actually
I'm
a popular
kidding.
rapper.
I'm kidding.
I like to watch the documentaries. So I watched that recently. I watched like Becoming and like Beyonce's and Lady Gaga's and Taylor Swift's. I've seen like Jeremy Scott's one, and then the one about Steve Madden. I don't know if you know Steve Madden. He's
Steve
like
Madden makes shoes.
yes.
Yep.
That was like really
Sorry.
inspiring.
Yeah.
He used to sell shoes out of his car,
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's cool.
and he became like a billionaire.
Oh, cool.
So you're a big documentary fan.
I like documentaries. I watched
too.
The Crown.
Yeah. I
The
haven't
Crown
seen
was good. The Crown's really good.
Okay, The Crown.
And
that. Is The Crown a
then-
documentary?
No,
It's like
that's like a
drama, right?
It's like
Yeah.
a drama. And
Have any of you seen that new show by what's it called? It's a space show. It's based in space.
Steve Carell?
Yeah, Steve Carell. That new show. Space something. Do you know what I'm talking
truck.
about?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I do, but I thought it was.
I just
sucked.
watch anime
Yeah.
on Netflix. I'm such a freaking nerd.
Yeah.
No,
A lot of people watch anime.
Yeah, I
a lot of
just
my
watch
friends
it.
do.
Yeah.
The most inspiring shit I've seen in a long time was the Don Wall. Have you watched that?
No.
Mm-mm.
Man, this guy is like, he's just like the craziest rock climber, mountain climber ever. But he just has like so much adversity in his life, but he just keeps on climbing. You got to watch it. I don't want to like say what
Wow.
happens because every single like different
reaches the
story
top?
he reaches the top. It's
Oh,
It's
spoiler alert.
really, really good.
Wow.
It's like, I'm so scared of heights that usually whenever I watch stuff like that, my hands are wet. You want to touch?
No.
My hands are wet right now, but when I was watching that, my feet were wet.
Damn.
TMI.
That's how scared I was.
TMI.
It's so scary what this guy does.
Is
crazy.
no one on Amazon Prime?
I have Amazon Prime, but it's for Twitch.
The Boys? No one's watched The Boys?
Is that good?
No.
What is that?
It's like an anti-superhero film.
Can
And
you
it's-
get Amazon Prime
Yeah,
in Korea?
yeah.
You just have to do it online.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
have to do it through American, but you
Oh.
can get it. Yeah.
It's based on a comic book, and it's like the hottest TV show at the moment. And it's
The
like,
Boys.
Oh, wow.
Really?
So it's
Is it
like-
good?
It's exceptional, and it's like
Okay.
these superheroes kind of are almost employed by the government to look over everyone, but they're abusing their powers,
Okay.
and it's about these other people who are trying to drag them down.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not superheroes in the Marvel sense of superheroes.
Mhm.
They're like very dark and do very dark things.
Okay.
But well worth
The
checking
Boys. I
out.
have it, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll.
Yeah.
I'll check that out. The Boys. Interesting. It's right up my alley. The Boys.
I watched that crazy documentary about how fucked up the gymnastics team in America was.
Oh, yeah.
You watched that too?
I watched a little bit, but it just like freaked me out a little bit.
There's some stuff. There's some stuff on Netflix that
Yeah.
can get really dark and really heavy really quickly.
Yes.
What's that? What was that shit? That creep that would
Epstein.
Epstein. Yeah.
I
whole
saw
series
that one.
dedicated
Filthy
Oh
Rich.
my
It
It
god!
didn't, but it didn't even. Yeah, it was just like it just made me very uncomfortable. It didn't. I wanted more of a backstory as well, but it was just. Dude was a
being a
creeper.
father, I can't even bring
Yeah.
myself to turn that on.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just like I've talked to
Major
It's
people.
horrible, and it's very sad that
Yeah,
things like that
Yeah.
are still happening.
yeah,
you
still
know?
happening. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on a lighter note, let's get away from dark and deep.
Good
because-
vibes.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
Irene is good and everything is good. So-
Or but even sometimes it's not good, and
Well,
that's
so-
okay.
That's fine.
It is okay.
That's fine.
That's what I liked about that thing that you did.
Oh, the how are you really?
Yeah, that was so cool.
Thank
Because I was
you.
thinking about how many people, like I'm generally pretty like upbeat and happy, but I like the one time in my life where I was really kind of depressed was at a time when I was spending a lot of time alone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people are spending a lot of time alone right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
probably.
Yes.
absolutely.
So I
And
thought it was
like-
really cool that you did that.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, I've never spent this much time alone before. So actually, like, it gave me a lot of anxiety in
Yeah.
the beginning, and I was having like mental breakdowns, like randomly, or I would just like cry for no reason.
Before this, were you a generally pretty happy person who didn't get depressed or anxious?
I don't think I ever got myself to give me the kind of freedom to feel that way because
Yeah.
I was so busy
Yeah.
and I was
Mhm.
just moving and then I was going from city to city, event to event. I was kind of like a robot a little bit and I didn't really like have, because when I was in Korea, I was just at home sleeping because I was so tired, or unpacking, or, going to the gym to work out, or going to another shoot, or getting ready for something, and then preparing to launch the brand. So I was juggling so many things. I've never, in the past 8 years in Korea, I've never had this much
Time to
Downtime.
Yeah, downtime. So in the beginning, I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
what are these thoughts that I'm having?
Yeah. So I was sleeping in very weird times. I would sleep at 5 a.m. and then wake up at 11 and then go to the office. And then I would sit on my couch and stare at the ceiling. And I'm like, what am I doing? What is my purpose?
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody we know.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, that's very.
I haven't slept.
But it's really important. It's really important to do that. And
Yeah, I was going to say the other side is very important. Just being happy just all the time and never having to go through that is.
yeah.
That's unnatural.
Yeah,
is
it's not
unnatural.
natural.
That you can't maintain that. And I
Yeah.
think in an entertainment industry especially, people have an expectation that you're always going to be
Yes.
upbeat. But when you're not working, you need to bring it down.
So that's why
You
it's so
do.
important for
Operating at
people
that
to
level.
hear about that from people who they look up to, like you guys, right?
But I don't think I just ever had that in me. So I was just so busy putting something, upfronting or putting a wall, because there were times where I didn't have that luxury. For me, I think it's such a luxury to have the time for yourself and to think. I mean, maybe it sounds weird, but I remember certain times where, I had personal things and I couldn't cry because I had to do this shoot
Mhm.
and be happy and upbeat when I had all this shit in the back of my head. But I just had to put it aside and just go, go, go. So
What was some of the stuff?
just normal things that normal people go through. I had a fight with my boyfriend at the time and screaming, 2 minutes on the phone, screaming, but I have to go into a shoot. But
Oh,
then
leaving it
I want to
unresolved.
cry, but I can't. So I'm holding back tears. I'm hey,
Yeah.
So those kind of things, but for a normal person, it's okay, or you should take a break. But I just don't. I just had a way of turning off that emotion and that kind of part.
Well, sometimes
So
you also don't have the luxury to be able to turn it off in this
Yeah.
industry.
yeah, but if somehow I managed to do that, and I realized how unhealthy that was.
Yeah.
Once you had
because-
this time alone when all of this.
Yes, during of course this is a very unfortunate time with the pandemic, but this time alone I think has been one of the most important times
That's what I keep saying.
in my
to people.
life,
Yeah.
because I didn't know how to deal. I never dealt with those emotions.
just
I was
bottled
just
it
a
up.
cold
Yeah.
bitch,
Yeah.
just in some way, people, Irene, good vibes, but then it's just on the inside, I'm
Got so
Yes,
much
it
stuff.
builds
to
up
so
over
much
time.
stuff going on, and then I just kind of compiled it, and so
Yeah.
I have all this alone time, and then I'm these emotions start to come out because I'm not as busy, and I'm what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So this has been your release, just being able to have this alone time
Yes.
and work through your thoughts. And
Absolutely.
if you feel like crying, just have a cry
Yeah,
day.
if I don't feel good, it's okay to cry, and then I cry it out, and I feel so much better, and I feel also certain relationships that maybe have kind of fallen apart because you've been so busy, going back to talking to the people that have been with you, before this industry, and kind of going back to your roots and of just being normal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really important. I think, especially here in Korea, we get so caught up, and it's such a busy place to live that you start losing touch with reality in some sense. Especially, there are a lot of people that you don't stay in touch with as often as you should, or people that
Right.
were there for you in the beginning, or those hard times. And the busier you get, the less likely you are to stay in touch with people. And it's I'm going through that at the moment as well. It's getting in touch with friends back at home.
Yeah,
It's like,
and see how they're doing.
Yeah, I've been so caught up in my life with my family. It's like, but other people, you've just let it slide, and you definitely need this chance to kind of. It's like an unwinding, really. It's just this self time to relax.
Mhm.
But the flip side is, a lot of people don't think of it like that as well. I mean, there are a lot of people that are struggling with work at the moment. So they're even more stressed than they are normally.
How's it affected you, Dave?
Me? Oh, Jesus, man.
Well, I mean, is this worse? Yeah, worse
Oh,
for you
it's terrible right now, man. I'm going through some like major crippling depression right now.
Yeah.
And it's good to get out here and talk to you guys because it helps. But like yesterday, like I told you, I have a Discord where I communicate with like my fans and stuff. And they're like, and I'm just like, guys, they're like, are you okay? Because like when I'm streaming, it's, sometimes people notice that, you can't completely hide it. But but right now, because of the pandemic,
Mhm.
I feel almost, do you guys ever feel guilty about complaining during the pandemic? Because you're not the only one that's going through shit right
Everyone-
now. Everyone's going through
Everyone.
shit. So I just try to, I bottle it up. Like, you know what, bottling it up. And I'm like, listen, like, I'm just going through, have you guys ever been through, it's not like alarming depression. It's more like, I just want to lay in my bed, do nothing, and that's it. And just be sad. Because sometimes I like the sadness. I don't know. Is it weird that sometimes I enjoy basking in my
When you told me that, I really liked it. I thought that was beautiful.
I just enjoy basking in the misery sometimes because it makes you feel, at least, it's better than feeling nothing ever. Some people, they don't know how to deal with it, but I kind of get a little bit more creative and I kind of use that to, I don't know, make me appreciate moments like this, for example. And even if I'm depressed at home, I know how to keep it in a certain I guess way that I just kind of, I guess, almost pity myself from the outside, and it's kind of fun sometimes. I don't know. It's weird.
There's a truth to that, though, because I used to think, why would people who are depressed want to listen to depressing music?
Oh, that's what I do all the time.
But like the older I've got,
Now you get
there
it.
are some times where I'm just like, I want to dwell in this moment.
Yeah,
And so I want
you
to listen to
should.
sad music. And that helps me with the process to be able to
Exactly.
listen to some sad music. And if anything, it helps me bring the tears out. It helps me cry.
Too bad you found out too late. Like,
I know.
real late.
Like if I'd have known that in my early 20s, I think my 20s would have been a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, it's just, sometimes it just feels good to just let it all
There's
go.
nothing better than crying.
Yeah.
Like getting it off your chest is just like,
Yeah.
it's so refreshing.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst thing to do is bottle it up.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
You know,
I had a friend
that's
tell
the
me
worst
that like
thing.
when he wakes, if I'm like waking up and I'm feeling like down or just feeling like, man, today's not one of the days that I want to get up and do anything. He's like, go back to sleep because you were probably having a dream that was like unresolved. And we spend like such like a large part of our life asleep that if you don't like go and like resolve even the shit that you're thinking about when you're asleep,
Dude, I can't
can mess
sleep,
with you all
bro,
day.
so I don't.
Oh,
I can't. I haven't slept. I've been stayed up all night. I still haven't slept. I have to sleep.
Oh.
It's been like 28 hours now.
Oh my god.
I can't sleep. Can't fucking sleep. What am I
that's
supposed
wild.
I
That's
see.
a-
I've never had insomnia in my entire life. I
can't
said that to
sleep.
someone the other day. I've never had an issue sleeping.
Oh, I know something fun. Let's all recommend each other one sad boy, sad girl song or artist that you like to listen to when you're sad. Do you guys have that?
Oh, somebody really sad.
Somebody's sad.
I listen. Okay, when I'm really sad, I listen to either. Do you guys know who Elliott Smith is?
Mhm.
Yep.
Elliott Smith or Radiohead. That makes me.
Radiohead's good
Yeah.
sad music, eh?
Yeah.
Elliott Smith too.
You guys got a little like a song or a
I listen to
playlist.
more, like chill music.
Chill
so like
music?
Sabrina Claudio, I like her a lot.
And you like listening to sad music when you're sad?
No.
No, I don't think it relates to music.
Oh, okay.
Like
So it's
for
separate.
me, it's kind of like, yeah. I don't think I've listened to like Billie Eilish. Sometimes, like more. I don't know if the lyrics are sad, but it's just like more chill music.
Mhm.
But
kind of like the same way he was saying about he didn't know why sad people listen to sad music.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just sort of now getting into that.
Really?
Yeah, for me, it was I'm depressed. I want to listen to upbeat music to try and get me out of it.
Yeah.
That was what it used to be. But then it's like, you know what? Maybe I need to deal with this first before I get out
That's
of
that
it.
grown man shit.
Yeah, exactly. For me, there's one song that will always get me. I had to look it up. It's Fife Dog with Dear Dilla.
Yeah.
So it's Jay Dilla. It's a song about Jay Dilla who obviously passed away and Fife Dog passed away. Like for me, these were musicians that were a huge part of my life.
Yeah, me too.
And like I'll sit there and watch that and just start crying. And there's a few other ones that deal with like the loss of a father, which is something that I've dealt with, and just the lyrics, you know, and it'll be talking about a relationship with his father, and then at the end of the song he's like, "But I know you're not here anymore," and it's like you hear that, and it's just like, okay, boom, I'm done, I'm good.
Wow.
We invite Irene here and make her leave sad.
No, I'm liking
sorry,
this. I'm liking having.
Send me that later. Send me those songs later. I'm curious. I mean, I haven't heard.
Were you
them
kind of
before.
worried about us not having a topic to discuss?
A little bit.
Yeah. But now, how do you
But
feel?
now we have all these topics.
We never
There's
stop.
always. There
yeah,
always.
We could go
nonstop.
for
We could be
hours.
all night.
Are you kind of a bit more at ease now? Like you
Yeah.
kind of seemed a little nervous at the start.
What do you think about podcasts?
They're fun.
It's fun, right? It's just
Yeah,
chilling
I
and
mean,
talking.
I just recently started listening to some podcasts, and
Okay.
I was really enjoying them. So
It's such a better way to listen to anything,
yeah,
like scientists or just like people, like celebrities that you look up to, whatever. It's the only like truly unfiltered way, especially in this world, this climate where everything's just like 15 seconds, 30 seconds.
right.
And
Right.
it's not like you're going in and you have to do this and you've got a set time. It's more like, let's just sit down and have a conversation.
Mhm.
Yes, but I feel like a lot of things are becoming more unfiltered too, and that's why like it's also been easier for me to talk about things without a
Mhm.
filter.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Irene, I've noticed on your Instagram you do a lot of TikTok content as well. Is that you've joined the world of TikTok?
I did join the world of TikTok at the beginning of this year. I have a Gen Z cousin who's like keeps me up with the trends, and she's like, "Onni, you have to like get on TikTok, and like this is what everyone's doing. Like Instagram is so old." So she got me to join the app, and then I was like, "Oh, this is fun." And I didn't really have much to do at home and like no traveling, so I started doing it, and it was fun.
Seems like you're really enjoying it.
Yeah, I enjoy dancing, and I enjoy just being silly, and I can't go out anywhere and dance, so might as well do it on TikTok in the safety of my own home. And so so TikTok Korea reached out, and they were like, "Oh, we're launching some TikTok characters. Like, we would love to do some sort of collaboration with a brand." So we're launching that at the end of this month.
So you've got a character coming out.
They're launching these new characters called TikTok Friends, and then we kind of put a twist on the characters and created the graphics and the clothing.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
For them and with them. So we have a dance challenge, and I made a song.
Wow.
Ooh.
You sang the song?
I sang the song.
Really?
I'm not a singer, but so they just liked the girl version better. I had a guy who is an actual singer that sang it, and then I sent them 2 versions, and they were like, "We like the girl version better." And I'm like, "Really? That's me."
Interesting. Oh, surprise. That's me.
Like, okay.
That's cool.
So
Did
it's
that feel
kinda
good?
cool.
You didn't tell them at first it was you?
I didn't, because I was embarrassed because I'm not a professional singer, and the song is not like some, R&B song. Where
What is it,
I'm
like a TikTok jingle or something?
It's like a little jingle. It's a good vibes jingle.
Did it feel good when they said, "Oh, we like the
I was
female
kind of
version?"
like, really? Are you sure? Can you like double check one more time?
Like, no, this is fire. She's
They're like-
amazing.
Irene,
Her voice
They're like, who
Sign her
sang
up.
this?
Irene, when are you dropping that shit?
We're dropping it So we're starting to. So the collection drops exclusively on my website, and then at Boon the Shop in Cheongdam on the 24th, September 24th, and then
When
we're
you dropping the
starting.
mixtape?
Should we do something together? Do you want to
Yeah.
like feature?
Can I get an
rap?
Irene is Good feature? My rap name's actually Saul Good, so that works.
Oh.
Except it's got an E.
Yeah,
Take the E off.
which is not good because it's an incorrect spelling.
Well, we'll see, because the song's only 30 seconds, so we'll see. Well, maybe we'll do like a remix. No,
Yeah.
just kidding.
I agree. TikTok is good.
No, but it was really fun because again, like it's not something that's labeled. It's not just about the clothes. It's just like the clothes are fun, the experience is fun, you know, the challenge and everything. Just something that I can like.
It's a new
Give
little
out.
adventure. Yeah.
Sorry?
It's a new little adventure.
Yeah. I don't think there's any limits to like what people should do.
Yeah,
You should do
absolutely.
what you want to do and
Is-
have fun with it.
Is this part of the
So
the
these are one of
capsule?
the hoodies. Yeah, it says TikTok is good, and we have like tie-dye hoodies and like little beanies, just like easy things.
Mhm.
Tie-dye is heat right now.
Yes,
Tie-dye
It
is
is.
the way to
everything.
go.
Tie-dye
love
is
with it.
good.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
tie-dye too.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I want some tie-dye.
You want some tie-dye?
Yeah.
I'll hook you up.
Yeah?
I got
I'll
some-
hook you up.
Who's your
You guys
tie-dye
can hook me
guy?
up?
I got some rubber bands and some dye at home, and we can home tie-dye.
I really want that. I don't get free clothes anymore because I can't perform.
Oh, you want free clothes? Is that what
Can
you're
y'all
saying?
give me some free shit?
I can give you some
I don't do this
hand-me-downs.
podcast for
They won't fit.
We'll
though.
get you some Irene is Good TikTok
I'd rock that.
goodies. No, the hoodies are cute. If you like tie-dye,
Yeah, I love tie-dye.
Yeah.
the
They have
tie-dye
like
hoodie is
house-
really cute. It's cute, no?
Yeah.
Right?
That would fit Saul.
Cute.
That is.
Can I rock that?
And they're the
Well, this
characters.
is the sample, but when we get the real stuff.
Sweet.
That's
It's
cool
cute,
looking.
right?
That's cool.
I like the
And these are,
pastel
like, the little
color arrangement.
characters, and we put our, you
Mhm.
know, rainbow kind of graphics.
I love that.
and, so just some fun things.
Mind you, if you're going to get one of these, you have to do the challenge.
You do. You
I'll
have
wear
to
it in
do
a
the
video. I'll wear
TikTok
it in a music
dance.
video. Okay.
The TikTok dance, man. Are you on
Okay.
TikTok?
No, I have it, but I've never made a post.
Well, you can
I miss Vine.
debut your TikTok with
Fine.
I have a freaking
Debut my TikTok with that?
the dance.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't ever upload anything. But I have followers. It's weird. I don't upload
You're
shit
famous,
on
bro.
it.
TikTok is one. It's like I think it's that first video that's hard to do, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I was
after,
fire at
it's
Vine.
just like you get addicted.
Yeah.
Was it the Gucci? There's a Gucci video.
Yeah, there was like a video that I
It's like a
did.
meme or something that's all over TikTok.
How to be a Gucci model?
Yeah.
Mm.
You should do that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that could be a good one.
That's a
I
good way
can
to
make
start.
content now.
I'll be a rapper in Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try.
So one more time. When are the dates that the gear's dropping, and when can we hear the logo song?
The song, I think, starts to come out next week because we're starting the challenge. I was very lucky to have Leah Kim, the choreographer, like make the choreography for the dance.
Mhm.
We're shooting like some content tomorrow,
Mhm.
and then the goodies all drop on September 24th.
Right on.
Sweet.
Nice.
I
Something to
sang on
look
an
forward to.
Outback commercial that Leah Kim was dancing in.
You were like
about,
See,
6
there's
degrees
some,
of
like,
Kevin Bacon.
about tomahawk steak.
6 degrees of
You're on
Kevin
a lot
Bacon.
of commercials.
So
dude.
this
Yeah.
challenge is definitely up your alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've done a Subway commercial. You've been on an
Outback
commercial. Have you
Steakhouse.
done McDonald's?
No.
That's next.
That
That's
is
nice.
next.
Yeah, I
The
promise.
mom's touch.
Well, that would be sick. You guys did a burger commercial, that no brand burger, right?
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
did
yeah.
a little
Yeah,
mini,
That made me want that burger.
Viral. Yeah.
a little viral one. Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Irene,
that was fun.
All
I hope you enjoyed
yeah,
today.
Thanks
your
for
time on the
having me. I
podcast.
had so much fun.
Is there anything else you'd like to promote? Maybe your
Um,
Instagram. You need more followers.
Irene is good on Instagram.
Yeah.
Irene is good. Irene is good label. IreneIsGood.com.
That's one way. You just I missed out on that. I should have put all
Branding,
of-
just
yeah.
branding,
Sam Hammington.
It's
Sam Hammington
branding.
Instagram. Sam Hammington.
perfect branding. Tell me about it. I was first generation YouTuber and I never did it. I'm an idiot.
But you're about to
What, the
blow it up
branding?
with that book.
I'm about to
bro.
blow it up with this book. Watch.
The
Dude.
book's gonna be awesome.
What's it going to be called?
I have no idea.
Dave the book.
Dave the book.
Dave.
Dave's book.
Dave's
Dave's
book.
book. The Book of Dave.
The Book of Dave.
Did Jesus Christ already use that one?
I think he may have.
That's actually a bibimbap cooking book.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Irene. Sam, give us our plugs.
Instagram at Instagram.com, Dive Studios. You can get us on YouTube as well. Watch the full podcast there. You can also hear us on Spotify. You can check us out on Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to write a review.
Should we start a nonsensible TikTok? She just told us that Generation Z says Instagram is played.
Yeah, but they're not looking for dudes like us. They're looking for a hot little 19-year-old boy. That sounds weird saying it. That sounds really
A little
weird saying it.
creepy. I think
Volleyball players?
It sounded weird. As I was saying, I was like, that sounds kind of weird.
I'm sure people wouldn't mind watching us shake it on TikTok.
Maybe. Let's talk to Diane after the show and see what she thinks.
Let's see what
No.
that. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll catch you guys next week.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Bye. Hope you enjoyed the clip. If you did, listen to the full episode on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
And make sure to subscribe to this channel, Dive Studios, and put those notifications on. Hit that bell.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.